Today we're gonna make 3 fried rices from 3 of YouTube's most popular chefs. Each person today has their own vibe, their own quirks, their own energy. We all love them for different reasons. But today we're gonna shelf that affection deep in the crevices of our hippocampus and pit them against each other to see who makes the best fried rice on YouTube. Then at the end of the video, we're gonna take the best elements from each of the recipes today to fuse together the ultimate FrankenRice. Franken fried rice. Let's meet our contestants. This man needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyways because I'm a generous host. Gordon Ramsay cooks like he mainlined his cortado. Fast, efficient, with vigor. The man has seemingly unlimited energy, which is pretty impressive because let's just say he's the most OG contestant on the docket. He's also diced to the gills, which probably helps with all that too. Who knows what he's on? I digress. Gordo's fried rice is an Indonesian dish called nasi goreng. And just like all the other recipes on the docket today, it's built on prep, speed, and massive amounts of heat. We want that wok hay, right? That flavor that comes off the flame in the wok. Now, we all know chef is going to demand perfect knife work. And if I slip up in any sort of way, he's going to apparate into my kitchen, call me a pathetic donut, slap me across the face, and I'm gonna be sad.
You fucking donut.
But let's not be selfish. Regardless of my emotions, let's see if the man can make a decent fried rice. By design, fried rice comes together very quickly, so I wanted to talk about the ingredients before we get going. First thing of note is this ketchup manis, right? It's a sweet soy sauce. It's a lot more viscous than regular soy sauce, obviously a little sweeter. It's a very popular Indonesian ingredient. You'll see that in a lot of cooking in that part of the world. Now this is rendang paste, right? It's kind of like a curry paste, if you will. It's very savory, sweet, a little spicy. You can either make this yourself or you can buy it online. They have some good products out there. You're probably all familiar with this, but I'll talk about it anyways. This is sambal, chili paste. Kind of sweet, kind of spicy. You can see a through line here. And the only other thing worth noting is these Chinese chives here, which I subbed out. Now, Gordon uses chive blossoms. Chive blossoms aren't in season right now, here in Chicago at least. But these are a little beefier than regular chives. They have a little more body, but they still have that intense oniony punch, so I think it's gonna be a nice sub. And then of course, galangal here, which is, if you're not familiar, kind of looks like ginger, but it kind of smells like a pine tree. Yeah. So we got some day-old rice here. I made this yesterday. I let it dry out in the fridge. It really helps the rice kind of absorb and take on new flavor, and also it helps the kernels kind of separate because it dries out a bit. You want to use dried out rice for fried rice generally. However, as you'll see later, that's not always the case. All right, let's get cooking. High heat, hot wok, a little bit of oil. Now we're gonna wipe that oil out. Now we can add our fresh oil. We're gonna go in with the chili, Chinese chives, and a little bit of grated galangal. We'll move that around a bit. This is interesting here. We're gonna add our eggs in, and then Gordon actually whisks his eggs until they're nice and scrambled.
Eggs are cooking.
This is nice and awkward on this thing. Now we can go in with our rice here. We're gonna toast the rice, literally.
Literally.
We're gonna break that up, move that around, work that egg and the chili and the chives into the rice so it's nice and distributed. We're gonna make a well in the center now. I'm gonna add a little more oil, our rendang paste, and some sambal. Just gonna kind of mix that around to toast it. Absolutely stunning, literally.
Get that, literally, and then literally.
All right, so now we can kind of work that into our rice. Look how thick this is. Ooh, that's gonna make everything go super dark. Give us that fried rice color we're looking for. We'll take all of Gordo's best and pop it in a bowl for now. All right, Gordy's fried rice, donezo. But we're gonna wait to taste this until the end and move on to our next contestant. This video is brought to you by the Discord. If you love to cook, if you love to talk about cooking, if you love to share pictures of your food, or just basically shoot the shit in general, come on into the Discord and introduce yourself. Congratulations to last contest's winners. You guys did a fantastic job. I gave away some pretty cool things. This go around, I'm also giving away some pretty cool things, pretty nice prizes actually. I was also just recently in Japan and Korea, so I brought some souvenirs back. That's going to be included in the prize as well. So come on in, introduce yourself. We're coolin', we're hanging, and that's pretty much it. Back to the video. I'm excited for this one. Maangchi is the internet's Korean cooking auntie. Which, fun fact, Maangchi means hammer, which is hilarious if you've ever watched this woman's videos because she's a sweetheart.
Hi everybody!
And I really would like her to adopt me one day. Yeah. Bottom line, we protect this woman at all costs. I stan Maangchi.
Hi everybody!
But don't worry, we're gonna keep the playing field fair, right? No handouts here. And the question remains, does our hammer queen make good fried rice? Let's find out. I had to throw a kimchi fried rice in this video, right? It's so dang good it would be a crime not to. So some interesting things on the board today. Not only do we have kimchi, but we have kimchi brine or kimchi juice. Tangy, spicy, sweet. It's got all that kind of acid in it from all that fermentation going down. If you're gonna make kimchi fried rice, don't just add the kimchi, add some of the jus. Then of course, gochujang, right? Fermented hot pepper paste. This is a staple in Korean cooking. Straight up, Korean food wouldn't be what it is without this. Jang's pastes, very important in Korean cooking. The only other thing worth talking about that you might not know is, well, you probably do because it's so dang popular, is gim, the seaweed, right? Crispy seaweed chips. These are roasted and salted. Little sesame oil, delicious, great for garnish. Very interesting here, Maangchi chooses to use cooked fresh white rice instead of day-old white rice. This is a little more hydrated. It's gonna clump together a little more. Interesting decision. I'm curious to see how it's gonna taste. High heat, heavy bottomed pan. Noticeably not a wok. We're gonna add in a little bit of veg oil and a bit of our chopped kimchi. This is fermented kimchi. It's a little more sour than fresh kimchi. When you're cooking with kimchi, this is the stuff you wanna use. I'm gonna stir this around for about a minute or so. Now we can go in with some kimchi juice. It's gonna create a nice fond at the bottom here. Now we can add our cooked rice, about 3 cups. Just gonna really kind of mix that up here. Oh, the rice is actually spreading a lot easier than I thought it would. Just gonna add a little bit of water to make sure things don't burn. All right, we're gonna lower the heat to medium. Now we can glob in our gochujang and a drizzle of sesame oil. Wouldn't be kimchi fried rice without that. All right, so there's still a couple of things we gotta do to finish this one off, but we'll worry about that when the time comes at the end. On to the next one. Uncle Roger, AKA Nigel Ng, has become YouTube's sort of warrior guardian jester for fried rice and really for sort of all Asian food in general. Content creator by day, stand-up comedian by night, and chaos agent at all times, Uncle Roger is a character that Nigel built to roast the food crimes and atrocities of the internet. Not to mention, I didn't know anybody else on this planet could be as passionate about MSG as I am, so...
Back off MSG, MSG!
Yeah, we can bond over that. But behind the orange polo, does this dude actually know how to cook?
Hi.
Let's find out. Uncle Roger's fried rice might be the most standard on the docket, but standard doesn't necessarily mean boring and bad. It's just classic. Couple noteworthy things. We talked about it. The man has a love for MSG just like Cherboil. And you know we're cooking with peanut oil, baby. I think Unky would like that.
Because Uncle Roger loves to kill all the weak peanut allergy people.
For Uncle Roger, we got a hot wok. Pour in some of that peanut oil and wipe it down. All right, in our waka flocka, a little more oil, peanut oil, shallot, and garlic. Gonna move that around with our wok shovel. And we're gonna pop in our eggatry, reverse. Mix that around. Basically going for like a scrambled eggs here, right? When they start to kind of like curdle up like this, that is when you add your rice. This is day-old rice. Toast that rice up a bit, give it that wok. Hey, it's looking a little dry, a little more oil. Fried rice should be fried. Now, Uncle Roger doesn't actually use any measurements here. He cooks from the heart. Aga, aga.
Aga is the Malaysian way to say it.
In that light. A nice healthy pinch of the God particle, AKA MSG. In his video, he goes a little wild with the MSG, so I'm gonna do the same thing. My man.
MSG for you. Woo.
Now the final garnish, we got some red chili, a nice healthy dose with scallions, green onion. Unky's fried rice. All right, we've made all of our fried rices from our 3 contestants. There's only 2 things left to do. The first, we gotta taste. But first, we gotta finish off Maangchi's rice. Some scallions, some of our roasted seaweed, and just some sesame seeds to finish. Ooh, bunny chopsticks or spoon? Let me know in the comments, which do you like to use to eat rice? Chopsticks or a spoon? I'm more of a spoon guy with rice. Yeah. All right, let's start with Gordy's rice. Oh yeah, super dark, definitely. You know, it's cool because all of these rices have such a distinct look to them. You can see each individual little grain coated with that rendang. All right, Gordy, let's see what you got. Yum, good heat on that. It's interesting, this is more of like hurried fried rice. Definitely super unique. Never really had anything like this before fried rice wise. It's like a rendangified rice. I'm about it, pretty good. Moving down the line, we got Maangchi's kimchi bokkeumbap, kimchi fried rice. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that's already a looker. Got that sesame oil kind of on the bottom, that incredibly red, beautiful contrast with that green seaweed on the top. Look at that stacked rice just all glued together. But I expected this to be a lot more gloopy looking. I grew up eating a ton of Korean food, so this is the most nostalgic to me. I'm gonna try to put that in my back pocket and think a little more critically about this. The spice is nice, not quite as spicy as Gordon's, but it has that tang that kimchi brings, which I love. And of course, that kind of like oceanic. What? God, that sounds super stuck up. But yeah, the seafood crunch is nice and it leaves a little bit of a different taste in your mouth with the sesame and everything going on there. All right, last but not least, Tito Roger. All right, going in. So the lightest in color, because when you think of fried rice, I tend to think of like super dark fried rice, you know, with like dark soy sauce. It looks nice though. It smells great too. Yum. On the board today, this is the most traditional fried rice for sure. You can taste that wok up front. You got the little bits of egg in there. The scallions kind of sliver their way through each bite, give you that oniony punch. This thing is mad allium-y, meaning, you know, it has the shallots, it has the garlic, it's got the spring onion. So what you taste is that like wok hay, kind of like flame licked flavor, and all those onions. Not to beat a dead horse, but it's just classic. Now is the toughest part of the video. We gotta rank these things and see who makes the best fried rice on YouTube. We're gonna work our way from the bottom to the top of the podium. 3rd, 2nd, then 1st place. So in 3rd place, the bronze, it's gonna have to be Gordon Ramsay. Sure, you can still taste the wok hay on Gordon's rice, but because of that curry paste and just how complex and flavorful it is, it kind of like erases that wok hay. Also, dude used a whisk in the wok, which is kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not like an elitist wok guy, but like it's just kind of strange to see.
Literally.
In 2nd place, the silver, it's gonna have to be Maangchi.
Hi everybody, what are you doing today?
This is a bare bones version of kimchi fried rice and it's fantastic and delicious. But today, for whatever reason, I just didn't like it as much as our champion, which we'll talk about in a second. So Maangchi, if you're watching this, which I know you're not, I still love you. I love you a lot. And I would love to meet you one day and hang out. And that's all. Okay. Which means in 1st place, the gold, I did not think this was going to happen. Uncle Roger and his very, very, very standard but fantastic fried rice. This thing's kind of got it all and it's kind of like the essence of fried rice to me right now, today. It's got the color, the red, the yellow, the green. It's tinged with a little darkness, not quite as dark as the fried rice I'm used to, but still nice color. And most notably, it's got that flame-licked wok hay taste and smell right on the nose, which is so important with fried rice. And because the rice was a little dry, it was able to kind of absorb that oil, so it's kind of unctuous and satisfying and delicious. And it should be known that a couple of these creators here have lots of different fried rice videos. So I chose the ones that I think were interesting and that would make a fun video. If you disagree with my ranking today, let us know in the comments below. We're having a conversation here, right? I'm just one fellow. The time is nigh. We are going to now take the best components from each of our recipes today to fuse together the ultimate YouTube FrankenRice. A lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Oh. I hope you guys dug the vid. Like the video if you liked it. Sub to the channel if you're new to the channel. Come say what up in the Discord. And if you're able, support the grocery fund, aka the Patreon. Let me know in the comments which other 3 chef battles you'd like to see. And that's all I got. So until next we meet. Bye.